The Maker 3 has some really cool upgraded features that set it apart from the previous machines, including the ability to cut faster and longer than ever, up to 12 feet long, using Cricut's new line of smart materials. Smart materials are available in smart vinyl, smart iron-on, and smart paper, all of which can be cut without a cutting mat. Simply load the material into your machine and go. Not only does the Maker 3 cut smart materials matless, it also cuts them twice as fast as previous machines. Of course, the Maker 3 can still cut all of your favorite classic materials with a cutting mat too, so you have even more materials options both with and without a mat than ever before. Let's get this machine out of the box and get crafting. Inside of the box, you'll find the Maker 3 with a fine point blade already installed, as well as a power adapter and a USB cable. You'll also receive a white welcome kit box, which contains information and instructions for connecting your machine and some samples of smart materials for your first practice cuts. Remove the layer of protective plastic wrap from the machine. Open up the Maker 3 by gently lifting the lid, and then remove the protective foam packaging from around the tool carriers. You'll notice that the fine point blade and housing are already loaded into Carrier B, ready and waiting for you to make your first project. Now that we have your Maker 3 unboxed, let's get it synced and connected to your computer or device. The Maker 3 is compatible with smartphones, tablets, and computers with Bluetooth capabilities. Select your device of choice, I'll be using my laptop, and make sure that it's connected to the internet. Inside the welcome kit, you'll find a card directing you to cricut.com/setup to begin the setup process. Follow the on-screen prompts to download or update the Cricut Design Space software as necessary. If you already have the Design Space software installed on your device like I do, go ahead and click Open. Then, click on Product Setup. If you're new to the Cricut family, you'll need to create an account and a Cricut ID. You'll need this ID and password to make all of your projects, so be sure to write this information down somewhere safe. If you already have an existing Cricut account, go ahead and log in now. In the Setup menu, select Smart Cutting Machine. Then, select the Cricut Maker 3. Connect your Maker 3 to your computer as directed in the on-screen prompts. If your device doesn't have a USB connection, don't worry. You can also wirelessly pair your Maker 3 to your device via Bluetooth using the device's Bluetooth settings menu. Once your Maker 3 is connected, the on-screen notifications will prompt you to update the Cricut firmware. This will ensure that your machine has the latest and most recent version installed. Register your machine and connect it to your Cricut ID. Now you're all set and ready to go. The Maker 3 comes with a collection of free images, fonts, and 100 ready-to-make projects, as well as a trial subscription to Cricut Access, which will give you access to over 100,000 images, 500 fonts, and lots more ready-to-create projects all at your fingertips. So, are you ready to try that amazing matless cutting that I mentioned? Let's make your first project. I'm going to walk you through all the steps necessary to personalize and customize this adorable wood sign. Perfect for nurseries and kids' rooms. This would make a fabulous DIY gift for birthdays and baby showers, and you can also apply this technique to lots of other different projects too. To make the personalized sign, you'll need a blank wood sign. This one is available at Michael's. It comes unfinished, so for this demonstration I just went ahead and pre-painted mine in my choice of colors. You'll need a piece of Cricut Smart Vinyl. The new Smart Vinyl has a thicker backing than traditional vinyl, which allows it to be fed directly into the Maker 3 to be cut without a mat. I'm using a sheet of permanent Smart Vinyl here, but you could also use the sheet of removable Smart Vinyl that came with your machine if you want. You'll also need a weeding tool, a pair of scissors, a scraper, and a piece of transfer tape that's just slightly larger than your vinyl design. To get started, open up Cricut Design Space and create a new canvas. Click on the text icon to add a new text box and type out the name that you want to use for your personalization. From the font drop-down menu, choose the font that you'd like to use. I'm using the typewriter standard regular font here. Resize the text to fit your sign by clicking on the arrows in the lower right-hand corner and dragging it to resize. Or you can also click on the size options in the center of the toolbar and enter the dimensions there. I'm going to make this name 9.75 inches to fit our sign. Then, click on the green Make It button in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. We'll be cutting smart vinyl without a mat, so select Without a Mat from the prompt. Select your material from the list. I'm using Smart Vinyl Permanent for this project. If Smart Vinyl doesn't appear on your main materials selection screen, click Browse All Materials to search for and select it. To load the Smart Vinyl into the Maker 3, place the material underneath the gray rollers and then press the Load Unload button on the machine. When the Smart Vinyl is loaded, the Go button will begin to flash to let you know that it's ready to cut. Press the Go button to begin the cut. If you've ever used a cutting machine before, you'll likely notice right away just how much faster the Maker 3 is cutting the Smart Vinyl. This is cutting twice as fast as the fast mode on previous machines. When the Maker 3 is finished cutting, press the Unload button to remove the Smart Vinyl. Pre-paint your wood sign in your colors of choice. Use scissors to trim the vinyl to size. Then, use the weeding tool to weed the vinyl. Weeding is the process of removing all of the excess negative space from around our design. For large cuts, you may be able to weed your design by hand, but weeding tools are especially useful for intricate cuts and small details. Next, remove the piece of transfer tape from its backing and place it on top of the vinyl design. Use the scraper tool to gently burnish the top and ensure that the transfer tape adheres to the vinyl. Flip the piece over and carefully peel away the backing. Place the vinyl onto the sign and use the scraper tool to burnish over the top again, this time ensuring that the vinyl sticks securely to the sign. Carefully remove the transfer tape. How cute is this personalized sign? And it was so easy to make. You can use this same simple technique to make all kinds of projects. Everything from door hangers to personalized tumblers and mugs, even party favors. You can pick up all the supplies for all of these projects at Michael's as well. Best of all, with the Maker 3's new ability to do long cuts of smart materials, you can cut all of these projects in one single pass all at the same time. You can't get much faster or easier than that. There's so many amazing things that you can make and do with your Cricut Maker 3, and I can't wait to see what you create. Happy crafting!